left over to pay for a great Christmas that we had for our family. That is the kind of God I serve, that can take a car accident which the devil means for my destruction and turn it around for my family's deliverance. Just Genesis chapter 2, verse 5, it says, "And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed." There was a movie that we watch a movie every once in a while called George of the Jungle. It's based on an old-time cartoon called George of the Jungle. George of the Jungle. Actually, later on in the movie, his love interest, Ursula, she gets lost in the jungle, and George of the Jungle, of course, rescues her. He comes out of the jungle like her knight in shining loincloth and carries her off to his treehouse. And during process of time, he does his George of the Jungle dance, and he's really getting into it. He's trying to convince Ursula to come and dance with him. And she refuses to dance with him because she says she would be too embarrassed. And you should have seen the look on George's face. You could tell he didn't even know or understand what embarrassment meant. He said, "What embarrassment mean?" And when Ursula explains to him, he says, "No, George, no get embarrassed. I may crash once in a while or fall once in a while or do these things once in a while, but something good always, I don't get embarrassed because something good always happens after. I guess George just lucky that way," is what he says. His purpose. The Bible tells us that no matter what happens, not everything that happens to us is good, but everything that does happen to us, the Word has promised us, and the Word is true. The Word has promised us that all things are going to work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. Hallelujah to the Lamb of God, who lives forevermore. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Oh, for 1,000 tongues to be able to speak unto you all the things that the devil meant for mine and my family's harm, that God has turned around for our good. Oh, for 1,000 hours and 1,000 videos to tell you all the things that the devil meant for our destruction, that God has turned around for our good. From my view, that lives forevermore. Our son, when my wife was pregnant with our son, she had some complications during pregnancy, and the doctors tried to let us know that something was wrong with the baby. And sometime during the pregnancy, we just settled down. We said, "Hey, we're just going to trust God. God's taking care of us this far." And lo and behold, the baby was born, and he was A-okay. He's A-okay. He's an adult now and has children of his own now. There was a time in my life that I was fasting. I was fasting about a financial situation, and we were going into the holidays, and we had a financial situation where we had absolutely no money to do the things that we needed to do with at the time. And I was fasting, and I was praying, and I was actually sitting at an intersection, and I was sitting there praying at the time. And whatever happened in this situation, I don't know what happened, and it was my fault. I pulled out in front of a van at a busy intersection, and he hit the front of my car, and I did not get injured, and that's a blessing in itself right there, but it absolutely totaled our Dodge Colt that we had at the time. And standing inside the gas station at that intersection, waiting for the state troopers to come and fill out the report, I was just standing there thinking, what is it that we're doing? I'm fasting here, trying to get financial deliverance in our situation, and here this has happened. It's my fault. I'm going to end up having to pay a citation. We're going to have to find another car. This is the exact opposite of what I've been praying for. The devil stepped in. He like George of the Jungle. Something bad happened. Something embarrassing happened. But here, let me tell you the kind of God that I serve. The same God that you can serve. God is no respecter of persons. So if He can do for me what I'm about to tell you, if He can do that for me, He can do the same thing for you. Listen to what God did for us in this situation. We had bought a Plymouth Colt, a Dodge Colt Premier. And we had bought it from a rental place, and they said that whoever had bought it, they special ordered it or whatever. I have no idea where this car came from. It must have been like a special order car or whatever, and we didn't know about it. Because when the insurance adjuster came and cut us a check for our totaled car, listen to how much money that he cut us a check for. We not only had enough money to pay off the rest of the debt of the Dodge Colt, we had enough money left over that to pay the debt that I was worrying about. We had enough money to pay the citation that I was issued because for once in my life, something was my fault. Because it was a my fault accident. But we also had enough. We had enough money to pay for that I was praying about, and we had enough money left over to. Didn't we have enough money to buy another car? Also, we paid cash with the money, still with leftover money. Paid cash money for another car, and still had money left over to pay for a great Christmas that we had for our family. That is the kind of God I serve, that can take a car accident which the devil means for my destruction and turn it around for my family's deliverance. It's probably been a long time ago, but it just